Hey everyone, it is I, Juplication, and welcome back to the most beautiful soundtrack in the universe. This thing playing in my ears right now is magic. It's gold to my eardrums. Now, where we last left off, Philip unfortunately had to trek through the sewers like most unfortunate horror protagonists have to do at some point in their lives. And we were going to do something. I think we were pursuing clues left behind by our father. It won't open. Seems to have some kind of electrical lock. Although the fuse box is rusty and worn, it seems to be working. The mattress smells just marginally better than the rest. Well, I kind of feel bad about doing that now. The TV is in poor condition. Why did I have that on there? Why am I just playing around with things? It's the physics in this game, you just can't help yourself, you just want to mess around with it. Well, that's not what I wanted. But it looks cool. Oh gosh, that was bright, it hurt my eyes a little bit. Traditional art, the only kind I really know how to appreciate. A chart of some kind. Oh, that's it. That's what we needed. Shoot. Yeah, sure. I'll answer.
Wow, you look like you've crawled through a sewer to get here. I suppose I'm flattered. Hi, I'm Amabel Swanson, and I suppose I'll be your guide for the day. Hello? Can you hear me? I think the transmission's only one way. I've got a webcam. Pull a silly face if you can hear me. Oh, very attractive. Okay, we're on. There's some things you need to know.
Sure. Whatever you say, lady.
We released a virus. It wiped us out. 3 weeks ago, we tried to get out through the mines, but it didn't work the way we'd planned. I think one of the Inuit workers made it, but others were taken. Some panicked and got lost. I ran, and when I stopped, I was on my own. Oh, and another symptom is déjà vu. The only chance we have is a man called Howard. He said he'd found a solution to the virus. His vitals last registered in the library, but only members of the organization have access. I'm still seeing a few life signs in the residential quarter. You need to find a survivor and get through into the library. Oh, and look out for our medical guy, Richard Eminis. He was acting strangely when I last saw him. What else don't you know? Let's see. Watch out for signs of infection.
Present and accounted for.
Hey, the commentary is my
Did you
thing.
say something? Look, the symptoms we know about are paranoia and oral distortion. Oh, and another symptom is déjà vu.
Enough already. My sides are splitting.
Well, I think that's everything you need to know. I'm sending over some research on the virus, and I'll get some doors open for you. Maybe now we can shoot the shit.
Bruh, last thing I needed is your commentary voice in my head. Oh gosh, now we're really losing it. But that's interesting, so Amabel, she's the sous chef, if I remember correctly. Howard is obviously Papa. His vital signs were last registered inside the library. What a nerd. He lived and died by the book. Well, that is to assume if he is dead. Hopefully not, but I really don't see how anyone can survive. I'm impressed that Amabel's made it this far, and literally anyone else like Tom Redwood. Oh, what else can I say? The new voice is interesting. He's kind of a suspect little guy, you know, with the comments he decides to make. It'll be interesting to find out where all of this goes. Looks like we have a new target too. Turngat virus, field notes, Amabel Swanson, infection process. The worst thing about my job? Death helps us learn. I thought you were the sous chef. Time frame, 5 weeks. Location, why is a sous chef dropping such an intense line? You're supposed to be cooking dishes, not cooking fine vocabulary. Time frame, 5 weeks. Location, hold up in the old mess hall. Research subjects, 3 archaic personnel who contracted the virus. I'm sorry, am I really close to the microphone again? I feel like I'm bass boosting this too hard. With every infection, the life cycle of this virus becomes clearer. Ooh. In addition to the already documented symptoms, there seems to be some kind of final stage during which the organism fully takes hold. Just before becoming fully catatonic, the infected report strange out-of-body experiences. Like they've likened these to being chased through a series of their own memories. Oh no, I'm very worried. Some kind of mental obstacle course, so... These reports inevitably end in the patient being swallowed by some sort of inescapable dark force. Shortly after which we lose them for good. If these experiences are, as they seem to be, some form of mental representation of the infection process, we can only theorize as to what might occur were the patient to escape the hallucination. So Philip escaped, he's been infected, and he went through the frickin' parkour trials and error escapade that all the infected go through. Except Philip is goated with the sauce, he's insane, and he was able to escape the hallucination. And we're in the process of seeing what happens when you escape the hallucination. What a legend! Philip, I would give you such a firm handshake if you were in my presence right now. Additional note, today Dr. Eminis confided in me that he has had such an experience that... Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, let me start over. Today Dr. Eminis confided in me that he has had just such an experience. He insists that he feels better than he has in months. I'll keep an eye out on him. Yeah, we have to keep an eye out for some kind of medical man. Signs of infection by the sounds of it. Oh, also, it's nice hearing it. Oh yeah, like Philip is mentioning here, it's really nice hearing a friendly voice for once, you know? Someone, that you might be able to trust. I mean, there's the voice in our head, but, you know, he's kind of, he doesn't seem... It's hard to describe, but he doesn't feel quite as approachable, let's just say that. Infected, I'd skipped a beat when I heard that word in association with me. Still, it seemed like just one more reason to find my father. Hearing a friendly voice hadn't hurt either, but by that point I was pretty certain she turned out to be crazy. Yeah, I don't blame you, Philip. Philip is still top dog. I mean, I love this guy. What a cool main character, especially for a horror game.
If we must continue to share this brain space, I think I should have a name. Strange. So rare an opportunity to select one's own nomenclature, and yet I find myself at a loss. Any ideas, monkey?
Idiot McStupiton. Big dummy stupid idiot dumb face, butt face.
So much storage in this mind of yours. Did you realize you got an entire section in here devoted to film titles? 3,103 and a half films you've seen?
That actually seems accurate.
You only got the first half of It's a Wonderful Life in here. Huh, how does it end? Now I'll never know. You know, Clarence, that's not a bad handle. I am something of a guardian angel.
Clarence legitimately is a great name. I'm very glad you picked that out for yourself, you strange, disembodied creature. There's something blocking the door on the other side. Of course there is. When isn't there? I jotted down a note. It's a palm print and retinal scanner, and of course I don't have access to anywhere. Well, let's have a look at those notes. Oh wait, I didn't want to look at the notes. I wanted to, yeah. Alright. I guess we'll go to storage first. Yeah, you know, it's never a bad idea in frictional games to go to the storage first. I mean, there's bound to be something in there that you need. It's a map of the area. That it is, Philip. I'm so glad that you can recognize a map now. There's a notice about an upgrade to the retinal scanner used to access the library. Also, someone has pinned a newspaper article to the board concerning malnutrition and food supplements. Wonder how long ago it was when they had pinned it to the wall. Mine. Ew, gross. Wait, I just realized. Oh, it's so dirty, and then Philip just ran his nose along it like a... I don't know, like something. More ammunition crates. Very interesting.
There's just something about a rust.
Nope, nobody here.
Just
Shut up, Clarence!
had a tetanus jab recently.
No, but I'll give you a tetanus jab. What am I even saying? He's coming into the room, isn't he?
Oh, let's shoot.
Orange juice? I mean, I might have some in the fridge if you want some. If that's what you're after. Yeah, I can do what you can do too, buddy. Orange juice. Don't have any orange juice, but I sure as heck have some fresh milk. Oh, actually, maybe not so fresh after all, if you know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I mean by that, but you're apparently unfazed by it. He's after me. He's got wet, slappy feet, and it's gross. I don't know if he's like right behind me, or if he's just like some kind of like behind me, like somewhat behind me, or just like super all the way behind me. But I'm running regardless. Well, on a positive note, I looped back around the whole area.
Isn't right.
You're darn right it's not. You shouldn't be here, you big smelly piece of fungi. Wowzers! He's coming and he's coming fast. Whoa, what did I say? Just forget about it. What I mean is that he's arriving to my location at an accelerated pace that was not originally anticipated. Oh, what is this? I don't care what it is. We're going there. Savage, infected, terrified, and now I was hearing voices? Yep. Just about everyone down here turns out to be crazy, even me. Regardless, I needed to find a way through, and into the library. I love how, like, grim and monotonous Philip has become about the entire thing. It makes a lot of sense. Oh, it's locked.
Remember why you're here. Dr. Swanson has filled me in. I recall every single syllable of our conversation. There was ever so slight an inflection in her tone that suggested she no longer trusted me. Why ever dinosaur extinction 65 million years ago? Would she think that? We share the same history. You and I are history. I recall the day of my birth, 18th of September, 1964, 3.46993412, recurring minutes past 9. I remember my mother looking surprised as I poked my head out into the world for the first time. You need a security-registered palm. Something I can provide. You need it at the library. Something beyond my reach. When I became infected by those mindless zombies, I split off from the others and secured myself here. I cannot leave. Nonetheless, you will need a hand. I will not. Bring me a saw. I recall seeing one on my first day here. 3 years ago. Climate change of 10 degrees over the past 1 million years. Walk east and take the first door on your right.
Man, I love that voice acting.
Others. He's like you, like us, yet he is not us. Why is he separate and yet we are bound together? Are we truly a we, or are we simply an I with two faces? But I am no monkey.
I take considerable offense to what you just said there, but yeah, you know, those are all good questions, Clarence. Too bad I can't answer any of them for you. The shelves contain various manuals, spare parts, and other computer-related material. Perhaps I can find something that helps me understand how the stuff here works. It's right here! Right there, buddy. It's right there. Server installation, quick start guide. The most common cause of frustration during the installation process is the use of incorrectly formatted circuit cards. Please ensure boot, network, and interface cards are functioning correctly, with default programs installed before continuing. Required circuit cards, program count listed in brackets. Boot free. Correlates basic disk drive and hardware configuration data. Network 5 uses advanced communication drivers to allow access to any local internet or hub network. Comes with all the latest security protocols. Interface 4 carries all programs required in server and file access, in addition to high-level direct hardware access. Circuit card compatible programs. Circuit setup required installation to get any program running. Disk info setup correlates disk drive configuration data. Hardware locator correlates hardware configuration data. Socket protocol installs communication drivers. Firewall provides protection against invalid access. Antivirus provides protection against malicious programs. CMD interface installs interface that allows you server access. Net locator installs routines required in accessing an intranet. File streamer installs drivers for accessing files. Admin tools installs tools required for direct hardware access. By popular demand, the server no longer requires the latest version of Windows in order to function correctly. Yay! You hear that, Windows XP and Windows Vista users? Even you can use whatever program it is that you want to use for the circuits. Yeah, I don't like freezers. Why is there even a freezer there? Oh, maybe it's not a freezer. Maybe it's to keep certain electronics cool. The terminal is broken beyond repair. You don't say, Philip. This piece of equipment does not have much details beyond a slot, and I am not sure what would fit into it. It's a standby. Oh, sorry, I was reading the standby on the side. It's a terminal for controlling the device next to it. Electrical cabinets. The area of the complex is using a lot of power, I can imagine. This place must be an absolute resource hog. Hey, hang on a second. These are broken. Get out of here. We don't need broken circuitry in our fine establishment. Oh, come off it with your broken, destroyed bodies. You electronic goofballs. A broken panel. Must have been some accident here. It's a rack for something about circuit cards. I don't know. I don't have to read everything. I don't care about circuit cards. Let's see here. Bada bing, bada. Oh yes, he wants the saw.
Good. It has been precisely 12 days, 11 hours, 39 minutes, and 12.4 seconds since something good last happened.
Well, you sure about that, champ? It doesn't sound like something good happened. Yo, if you... Whoa! If you need help, just ask. Oh, that's not what I expected. Clarence, if you don't... He's gross! I mean, you look fine. You look totally fine. In fact, come into the light a bit. Ew! 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 Oh, gosh. Clarence, I thought we were friends.
Congratulations. Honestly, I mean it. Well done. I was only joking about the come get 'em thing. What say we celebrate with some nice, relaxing cyanide, huh? I'm sure I saw some anthrax lying around as well.
Now that's what I'm talking about, Clarence. Let's get down with wait a minute. Are you being sarcastic? Laugh track initiate. Sitcom credits roll. Well, I guess we got the saw back, but kinda didn't get his arm on account of the fact that he exploded into a horrifying monster. There's bound to be more of these around here. I mean, you're not wrong. Surely there should be some more around here. Them's the rules. I already found one. Batteries. Another save state, which I'm scared of using because it seems to mess with Philip in some way. Rusty metal lockers. That poor medical dude, he spent like ages in here, like over 2 weeks in this room only for that to happen. Still, he's played a monumental part in saving Philip and, in other words, saving everyone, so you know, that's great. Every time it's harder to pull out, every time I feel more of myself inside. Yeah, maybe we should stop using those things then. But they're so useful! They're so incredibly useful. Oh wait, what am I doing? They don't have any, things on them yet. Oh, I'm surprised that there's power. We'll start with the red card, since it's the most basic one. I believe it's circuit setup, disk info setup, and CMD interface? Or hardware, I think it's hardware locator. Yep. That's that solved. Let's go, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get you plugged in. Very nice indeed. And then we can immediately begin with the blue one, which is the network one, which requires...
Human life is so banal. Is it always as monotone as this? I can't stand it. Let me out.
Well, gee, what a party pooper. I mean, I kind of was having a good time until you went and made me feel bad about the fact that I was having a good time. Is it really that boring? If it's so boring, then why don't you go stop existing? I never invited you in here, Clarence. You invited yourself in here. I mean, come on, man. You think come on. Making me feel a little bad and stuff. I think the first two you need for everything. You need the setup. So... firewall, antivirus, socket protocol? No, that's not it. It has to be firewall and antivirus. Net locator. File streamer? CMD interface? Alright, what have I done wrong? Right, get ready for some more banal, monotonous action, Clarence, because it's time for me to start reading notes. Network uses 5 advanced communication drivers, comes with all the latest security protocols. Alright, I think it's only the first one that's needed, so circuit setup, socket protocol, firewall, antivirus, that's 4. And then we'll try all of these until we get it right with the use of trial and error. Boom, boom. Frickin' love it. You see, I'm having a good time unlike you, Clarence. I mean, seriously, I never frickin' invited you. You don't have to go in here and poop all over my party. So what if I like this kind of banal, monotonous, frickin' lifestyle? So what, huh? I mean, I imagine it's more boring for Clarence because he can't do anything. Boom. Love it. Love to see it. Absolutely magnificent stuff. Oh, thank goodness the lights are on. That reminds me, I'm sorry guys, I forgot about my glow stick. I should have had that on the entire time. I think I can...
You know, I think he's calmed down now. Perhaps all he wants is a hug. Why not let him out?
Dude, even if he did want a hug, I'm not giving him no hugs. I mean, I'm sorry, but he's like 90% blood and flesh right now. I hug with him and then, well, I just hope I'm not wearing a white shirt. Why don't you give him a hug, Clarence? He's your friend. You invited the guy. Oh, good. This is gonna be a lot of stuff. Oh, it's the water cave. Very nice. From Penumbra Overture. Love to see it. I absolutely love connections like that. The tomb. We haven't been there, but I'm sure we will be there at some point. So that's what the tomb looks like. Primary excavation. The Turngat tomb. Alright, that's what caused all of this. Project lifespan March 3rd, 2000 to present. Chief Overseer Wilbur Frisk. Previous nature excavation. Current nature Xeno research. Background. The primary excavation site is a central pursuit of the archaic at Shelter Greenland. The site lies beneath the shelter facility and, as of 2000, has been underway for almost 25 years. On March 3rd, 2000, a tomb was discovered. Current purpose, understanding the tomb and its contents. Findings, the bulk of work is the responsibility of the language team, i.e. Chief Translator Howard LaFrisk. His findings so far are as follows. Alright, we're getting into the interesting stuff. The tomb was the home of some ancient organism. The organism may have been quarantined. The term Turngat is derived from Inuit legend concerning evil spirits. LaFrisk recommends immediate suspension of primary excavation operation. Expenses, man-weeks, approximately 27,396. Materials, approximately 53 million. Scheduled operations as of April 27th, 2000. Tomb investigation May 1st, 2000. A team will unseal the tomb for standard series probe tests. Operation opposed by Howard LaFrisk. Opposition overruled by Wilbur Frisk. And scheduled for May 1st, 2000. Final status, open. Looks like it didn't end so well, huh? You little fried chicken goofball. Got some interesting stuff here. Definitely worth copying that into the notebook. Secondary excavation site B, water cave. Project lifespan December 5th, 1990, February 20th, 1992. Elevated cast signatory, Elof Carpenter. Nature excavation. Purpose to locate and retrieve xeno evidence and artifacts in support of main site activity. Personnel. Oh, so that's what all of that was in Overture. It was an off branch of this main branch, which was investigating the Turngat. Right. Elevate cast 0 project not deemed critical enough for elevated presence. Chief attending chemist Troy Retinesque. Replaced September 12, 1991 with Neil Oswald. Inexcusable conduct is the reason. Findings, December 8th, 1991, Substance 63, confirmed as a primary material used in construction of the Persona TARDIS artifacts. Persona TARDIS? And the first new non-periodic table substance to be discovered by the Archaic for 18 months. Artifact 66B. Another artifact discovered and effects catalogued. Research teams continue to flail at a purpose for these mechanisms. All symptoms manifested by research teams in contact with the artifact conform to our initial hypothesis regarding their nature. Expenses, man-weeks 519. Materials 12,192. Medical 39,000. Casualties, industrial accidents free below archaic acceptable max. Exhaustion 13. And fatalities 2.
As constantly entertaining as it might seem to have access to memories one has no recollection of receiving, it also places me in somewhat of a predicament. This saboteur, for some reason, he conjures in my mind the color red.
Don't you be bringing that up now? You bring that up, I feel sad. I feel bad, and all the other negative stuff. How'd I miss this? There was more. Report filed concerning a potential saboteur followed multiple mechanical losses and thefts, particularly of radio equipment. Theory: dehydration as cause of exhaustion leading to misconduct debunked. Theory: missing miner Tom Redwood still within mining facility open. Final status closed. Hostile local fauna levels uneconomic. So fascinating. I love it. Oh, I love it so much. And I miss this. Because now what the buddy said, what Clarence said made no sense, but that's what he was referring to, was Tom Redwood was being monitored in some way while he was doing his antics. Not so much monitored, but like they were aware he was there. Or at least they had a theory that he was still there. And they were right. He was. Shelter Research Station, Greenland. Project lifespan, April 1st, 1973 to present. Report filed by Founding Overseer Brent Stafferson. Report updated by Chief Overseer Wilbur Frisk. Before we continue, by the way, fun little fact. My original self thought that the penumbra might mean like the darkest point of a shadow. But a penumbra, I recently learned, is also like, I believe it's when a certain part of your brain gets permanently damaged as a result of something that I don't remember. There's a lot of specifics to it, and I don't know any of them, so I won't go into detail because, you know, I don't want to spread too much like misinformation or whatever, but take everything I say with a grain of salt basically. But all I know is that it's some kind of, it's a point where the brain goes to unrecoverable damage, like permanent damage, which is fascinating because a lot of this seems to be in relation to the brain. Whatever the turn is, it seems to enter the host through the base of the neck and make its way up to the brain, which has gradual effects on the individual as time progresses. Nature, excavation and research facility. Background: in January 1973, the archaic Central Cast becomes aware of a large-scale industrial accident at a remote mining complex in northwest Greenland. The accident coincides with local reports dated over a period of decades concerning abnormal animal behaviors and growth, high suicide rates, and unusual events within the mine itself. These reports centralize over the precise location of the mine collapse, itself reportedly caused by a crazed miner. Xeno activity is suspected and a full investigation sanctioned. Purpose: to locate and retrieve Xeno evidence and artifacts. Initial personnel: Elevated Cast 7, Chief Staff 5, Lower Cast 51, Temporary 25, Total Population 88. Operation: after 2 years of construction, Shelter is now practically self-sufficient, eliminating many issues surrounding archaic privacy concerns threatened during the construction phase by the much increased sea freight required. Shelter operates with a skeleton crew of research staff supported by a small crew of maintenance and general care personnel. An elevated cast presence of reasonable magnitude is warranted by the potential value of any discoveries. Unskilled labor and resource management is outsourced to discreet local villages. Plans to adapt more than a fraction of the old mine complex to archaic needs have been abandoned, and work is now commencing on the excavation site immediately below the facility and within half of a mile of the 1973 explosion site. Security level: highest priority according to standard procedure. All documentation concerning the facility was destroyed upon construction. All laws that know of the facility's existence either work within the facility or are of no great concern. The facility can sustain itself with only a few minor reliance on local settlements. The facility, for all intents and purposes, does not exist. This presents only minor practical annoyances. Findings: substances 53, 63, and 70 to 73. Persona TARDIS artifacts 27, now believed to be somehow related to the contents of the recently discovered tomb. Finis Specialis artifacts number 10. Oh, I'm collecting those. Of little real value to the archaic, but for some reason of great collectible value to the lower caste. Turngat tomb. Expenses classified. Final status operational. Most interesting. File was corrupt. It could not open. Thank goodness. My throat might just be saved from more reading. Oh, come on. You think I know the ID? Should I know the ID? I could have sworn I picked up everything so far. There's no way I missed something, right? Herm. Tell you what, maybe the code is elsewhere in another room, so we'll go look around and come back if we don't find anything. Unless it's in here somewhere, but I doubt it. I just read all of that and I swear I don't remember a code being mentioned. So I probably just missed it in another room. Let's hope that fellow's gone. Seems to be gone. I feel like he would have thrown up a fuss by now. You know, going, "Orange juice. You there. Where are you? Something is not right." You know, the usual stuff he does. All your friends are weird, Clarence. It looks like some sheets of paper framed behind the glass. Maybe I can get them out. Maybe I can. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, that kind of sucked, Philip. An illustrious past, an exciting future. The Archaic, a history spanning centuries. As a member of the Archaic, you are part of an organization vital to the protection of the human species. If you are not a member of the Archaic, please turn yourself into the nearest community support officer. The Archaic, as we now know it, was founded in 1519 by Francisco Milsi, a Milanese noble. The foundation of the movement, assumed erroneously by some to be a sect, was the private work of Leonardo da Vinci. Revealed to his most trusted student Milsi on his deathbed, many rumors circulated at the time pertaining towards a sexual relationship between the two, and this was an explanation for their secrecy they were quite happy to embrace. Much is held to be known of Da Vinci's engineering work, though in truth, the few sketches and notes in the public domain only begin to touch the depth of his knowledge. For instance, it is often said that his designs for flying machines, that they were entirely impractical. We realize now that they were only impractical when limited by human production materials. The Archaic remained unnamed for centuries. Milsi and his successors understood the power of a name to identify and tie down its owner, and even today Archaic remains an unofficial and internal term. As we enter the 21st century, the Archaic performs much the same role as it always has, to locate, understand, and protect xeno evidence and life forms, albeit on a far greater scale. Today our movement is served by over 30,000 devoted members at 203 installations worldwide. Then how come you suck? How come you suck? How come you let all of this happen? If you're so special. I mean, I am suffering from your mistakes here. The only place I think we haven't been is the infirmary. This is where we just came from, Computer Central. Guess we'll try and head toward the infirmary and just see if it, the canteen? It's either locked or jammed. I'm not getting through. Where is your absolute goober of a friend? The door won't open. The door won't open and there doesn't seem to be a lock. It's labeled ID 3. Why couldn't I read that? 3061. That's what we need. That we need to go into the computer and enter that. Move quickly, Philip. We have places to be. You goofy man. You. 3061. Sweet. Love to see it. Good thing that Goobatron left. Very good thing indeed that he left, actually. Makes traversing this area that much more not uncomfortable. I could have just said makes traversing this area much more comfortable. That would have made so much more sense. I hear noises already. A wristband with a small box on it. I wonder what use it could have. Emergency wristband. Can't even remember the last time I had some time to relax in front of a TV. I know it must have been quite some frickin' time. I dread to imagine. Several medical articles dating back about 50 years. One article states the discovery of the helical structure of DNA at the Cavendish laboratory. Another talks about the mixed success of the recently discovered polio vaccine. Hey, wait, I know that sound. That's the incoming transition sound. It must be Amabel trying to contact us. It's a basic sync. Yes, you're a standard sync. Comes equipped with wall and 2 taps. I hate to keep you waiting, Amabel, but I have things to click on and investigate. Some kind of medical scanning device. The screen reads non-human sample. Insert a few... it's because I click it off too fast. I click it before I finish reading it. It's locked. Looks like there's some interesting things in there. Cryostasis usage policy. The cryostasis facility is a state-of-the-art installation allowing for cryogenic freezing of severely injured personnel who may be resuscitated at a later date. During freezing, users may or may not experience mild hallucination, to be confirmed when first user is successfully revived from stasis. Fair uses policy. The following scenarios are considered acceptable cause for the use of the cryostasis facility. Any overseer or elevated cast member is critically ill or injured. Any lower cast member of the archaic holding vital information is critically ill, injured. Any patients infected with a non-terror virus or bacteria, provided they have first been deemed non-contagious. Any injured personnel with the following incurable ailments should enter stasis for later medical research. Cardiomyopathy, I can't believe I couldn't read that. Glaucoma, polio, diabetes, or halitosis. Any elevated cast member deemed clinically dead should enter stasis for ceremonial purposes. Maintenance period for deceased users to be increased. Pending research benefits at Greenland site, making revival a potential solution. Access is strictly forbidden to all non-medical personnel. At this time, the Archaic is unable to staff the facility 24 hours. As a result, heart rate sensitive wristbands have been issued to high priority. High-risk personnel keep these wristbands with you at all times. They allow automated access to the facility in the event that the wearer's heart rate indicates a high probability of approaching death. Postscript. Lower caste personnel are entitled to an opt-in, opt-out scheme whereby they may choose to sign a consent from where in the event of critical injury they will be entitled to at least partial cryostasis. Partial cryostasis? What does that entail? I don't even want to know what that entails, actually. Don't answer that. Very interesting read. Lore expanding. Love it. Alright, best not keep Amabel waiting too much longer.
Christ, you look worse than the last time I saw you. Though maybe you're just at a higher resolution. Oh, damn it. Note to self, never insult your last hope of survival. I just wanted to give you a word of advice. Those creepy artifacts, we don't know how they work. Or even what they do, I suppose. I saw someone get too close to one once. You probably don't want to know. I'm sure you'll be fine. Probably. I hope. By the way, if you happen to find yourself in my neck of the woods, I'm kind of trapped. It's no big deal, really. Just throwing it out there.
Oh no, that's hardly true. They're really completely harmless. Go on, it's just like wrapping yourself up in a warm blanket.
Clarence, you're hilarious. Your sarcasm knocks my gut out each time with pure laughter. I'm howling with it right now as I speak, crying tears. File was corrupt, could not open. Maybe that's for the best. Before I read all of this, I just want to say real quick. Do you look that much better, Amabel? How about you quit, poking fun at my man's appearance for all he's been through? Haven't you, been trapped in the same room for 2 weeks with, all this trash equipment? You probably don't fare that much better appearance-wise. You probably also look like crap. Just throwing that out there, gotta defend my man Philip. Standard series chemical tests. Subject primate, chimpanzee. Chemical diazepam. Result, as expected, the subject displays symptoms of relaxation and lethargy. Chemical, lysergic acid diphenamide. Result, much akin to previous work of felines, the chimpanzee shows no ability to cope with the chemical stimulant. Chemical, viscosomnus. Result, the following injection. The subject's heart rate slows to such a rate that, for all intents and purposes, it appears dead. In truth, heart rate has dropped to, incredibly, a safe level, and the subject recovers soon after. Chemical tetrahydrocannabinol. Result, this chemical is held to be entirely safe in moderation, and reduces a relaxation effect in the subject. It remains to be seen whether long-term exposure leads to mental health risks. This primate is worn out. Please issue this an official requisition order for further test subjects from the mainland. Wait, you used all the same chemicals on the same chimpanzee? That poor chimpanzee. But wouldn't that also... They're still inside, I'm still inside, but I don't want to get out. That's like another you, entirely, just living a completely different world in there this whole time.
Your mind space is muddled as a lime. See here, A is for alliteration, B is for bohemian, C is for carcinogenic. So many long words taking up space in my new home. Here, let me do a little spring cleaning. There. You didn't need the periodic table, did you?
What? What's wrong with you? I'm mad now. Ah, Philip angry. Philip mad. You make Philip mad. You made Philip mad. Seriously though, that's messed up. That's not cool, bruh. How could you do that? Dude. The toilet has handlebars for when things get real tough. I don't want to imagine what's gone on there. You just look at it and there's like handprints on the frickin' on the bars. Handprints embedded in it over all the years. I don't even want to think about it. Clarence, please remove the image of that from my mind. You'll remove the periodic table, which I very much needed, but you won't remove the frickin' bad images from my head? Huh? Help me out here, man. I help you by letting you live in my headspace. I don't even know why I humor you and call you by the name you wish to be called. Rare opportunity, someone gets to select one's own nomenclature. Yes. Clarence, that's not a bad handle. Bad handle that, Clarence. Oh wait, that's the stuff that makes you appear to be dead, but your heart rate returns to normal after a certain amount of time. And the wristband, emergency wristband. Oh, and the door only opens if you're in a state of emergency while wearing the wristband. Oh my gosh, we'll be clear for entry. Oh, you really have to read the notes to make that conclusion. You like have to read each and every note and remember all of that information to actually figure out what to do there. That's crazy. But super cool. I'm glad the notes actually mean something. Alright, Philip, let's just... Oh, it's a risk, but hey. We'll see what happens. Maybe you should have laid down on the ground while you did it, Philip. Okay, and you fell over. Really don't know what you were thinking, buddy. You should have laid down while you took it. The whispering again. Gosh.
Damn it! For a moment there, I really thought that might have been curtains.
For a moment there, I really thought that might have been curtains, huh? Huh, Philip? Curtains. Shut up, you goofball. Were you reading the same notes I was reading, Clarence? Huh? Or maybe you're too stupid to understand what the notes say. Maybe that's it, Clarence. Jokes aside, though, I just remembered I forgot to mention something. When Clarence struggled to say carcinogenic, dude, I was really with him on that one. Like, Philip has all these big words that I just struggle to say. That is one tiny little monkey fellow. Very cool. Spider monkey. Ooh, a lever. Go back. 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 Oh gosh, go back. A small cryo chamber. Oh, wait a minute. This is partial cryostasis. Partial. They actually did it. But why? What is the point? Partial cryostasis. They went through with it. But why? Why is the point? Why have your head? Who do you think you are? Walt Disney? What? Oh my gosh. The meter reads minus 200 degrees Celsius. That's cold even for this place. I wonder if there's anything in there. Maybe I'm better off not knowing. Well, they were clearly ready for people to be put in it, but I doubt there's any important figures in there right now. Well, I suppose it's just our luck, isn't it, Philip, that the body part that was cryogenically frozen happened to be a head. Oh dear, this is... Oh no. Ew, their neck stretched like a Gmod video from 2008 or 2012 or whatever. Okay, I guess I have a head now. I guess it's all over for this guy. At this point, I don't really care. I mean, Philip, this fellow wouldn't have... Like, they wouldn't have found a way to bring this guy back in the future anyways. This place all went to heck real fast. The moment this place went to heck is the moment that that guy died forever. Alright, I guess we're moving forward. Somewhat
You're running around with a human body part in your backpack and I'm supposed to be the bad guy?
I don't recall ever saying you were the bad guy, Clarence. Well, you are the bad guy for me because you tried to kill me earlier with an accomplice. Yeah, I don't think I forgot about that. And you removed the periodic table from Philip's brain. You know, believe it or not, that has uses. Why is that just a... Oh, it's from when I threw... What? How... First the trash bag in the first video. The cinematic trash bag under the light. Now the cinematic milk in the light? What if I just make this the thumbnail? I mean, I wouldn't. I'll probably make something else a thumbnail, but that would be really funny if I did decide to do that. Guess we can go to the machine room now. I haven't... Well, actually, I prefer not to. I remember there's gas at the end of that hole. And we don't have a means to survive it right now. We never did go to storage, did we? No, we didn't. Hello? Maybe it's just my imagination, but I think I can hear something coming from behind that door. Well, as long as they don't bother me, they're cool to do what they want, I suppose. Alright, let's see what we've got in this room. Oh, that was a close one, Philip. Haha, almost died there. Curiosity for sure almost killed the cat. As they say, eh, old friend? Tom Redwood, huh? I guess we got more of these puzzles. There seems to be someone lying in that room. What's happened to him? Can't really see from here. Dude, I don't know about you, Philip, but that man he's become mutagenic, infected toast. Another one of these things again. Here we go. I have no idea how to go about this. And it's stressing me out. But I'm sure I'll figure it out. I always do. But somehow I don't think it's going to be quite so convenient like it was the first time. Okay, hold on a second. I think I like where this is going. The age-old strategy of push random things until something good happens. It doesn't seem to be working as well as I wish it would. This isn't working. But it feels awesome. It's fun to do. I think this might be it, guys. Oh, come on, really? Looks like I had it wrong. Never mind. That wasn't it. Oh, that was it. That was it. I figured it out. I mean, I kind of didn't, but it just kind of worked out, so I guess it's okay. See that, Clarence? That's how you win a puzzle. That's how you be awesome. Rations and supplies fill these shelves. Oh ho ho, you think you can hide from me, you little totem? You little strange artifact? I got you. There was a name for it in one of the notes we read. Hold on a second. Archaic history, perhaps? No. It was the Greenland site, maybe? Ah, yeah, the Finis Specialis. I think that's what this is. I'm almost positive that that's what this thing is. Well, I guess we could...
It seems, yeah. The visual cortex of this monkey is certainly of a simplistic design. If I can just... There, you see? It's like molding clay. Hate to interrupt you while you're showing off your logical problem solving. Let me put it more simply. You see what I want you to see.
Man, shut up. Yeah,
Well, it won't work if you move around, will it? You can't look up the magician's sleeve.
you freaking... You have no reason to be so mean, you big old bully. You big old loser bully face. Where was I going before Clarence so rudely interrupted me to assert his dominance? Like the alpha male he is. I don't know. I guess we're just moving forward for now. I believe this is a pressure plate, industrial scale. It brings that thing down, surely. So, you know, to stop myself from dying... Actually, you know what? Nah. Got a better idea than that. We're gonna place these over here so that we have something to... Wow! That wasn't expected, but, you know, it's cool. So how do I... maybe if I do this? Boom. Okay, that's not what I expected, necessarily. This logical problem solving isn't working out so well. Fall down, you son of a gun. I'm putting a lot of heavy stuff on you. Seriously? This isn't enough for you? What more could you want? Bada bing, bada boom. You want this? You want the third one, huh? Oh, you cannot be serious. You want it stacked onto each other? Wow! Oh, you've gotta be kidding me! Alright, Philip, let's keep our distance this time, even though this thing is stupid. I mean, what was crushed, Philip? Your toe? Was your toe crushed? Do you feel bad about your toe? Oh my gosh. Ah! Fall down! Fall! There we go, that's what I'm talking about. I want to see if I can retrieve one of these. Yes, I can. Impressive that so much of this was being held up by that one little cube thing there. Beautiful, beautiful indeed. Dr. Richard Eminis. He's the fellow that became the monster. Theoretic effects of controlled infection. Report requested by Overseer Frisk on behalf of the Elevated. For the record, I see no value in recording this information at such an early stage in this project. However, we were to assume that the virus could somehow infect a host without fully taking control of its upper brain functions. We might observe the following. Fact. Translator LaFrisk, in his ignored efforts to prevent the release of the virus, correctly predicted the virus was capable of manipulating the host's motor neuron functions. No one ever listens to the old guy that's always right. But you really shoulda. Oh, sorry I was quiet for a little while, actually. I was rereading an earlier line, and I think I misread that. I think I said we were to assume, but it's were we to assume, so it was more like a hypothetical rather than a factually correct statement. Theory. Where an instance of the infection controlled and sustained, we may find that A, the virus seeks to keep its host alive in whatever way possible. Suicide would be against the rules. And that B, the virus gains control over some or all of the sensory facilities, facilitating just such an objective. So that's what happened to Tom Redwood. He was infected. Somehow the Turngat got into him. Fact. When the virus infects a host of any species, it adapts the organism's brain functions as best it can to suit its own purposes. Theory. Were the virus unable to fully take hold, it may develop some partitioning of the host's consciousness, effectively perverting a small corner of the host's mind into a form of a secondary personality. Were the virus unable to fully take hold, in the case of Philip, it may develop some partitioning of the host's consciousness, effectively perverting a small corner of the host's mind into a form of a secondary personality. Right. Fact. The Turngate virus was released from, according to LaFrisk, a tomb many centuries old. Theory. Were some mental segmentation to occur, it seems plausible to suggest that each personality, the virus and the host, may have access to one another's memories. Given the age of the virus, this may be a substantial collection. Interesting. Well, I haven't done much looking around into Clarence's head. Well, hypothetical head. It should be carefully noted that the bulk of the above remains conjecture and should not be relied upon in any archaic protocol.
I'm not you. I'm part of something larger. We are nothing. We are a mistake. I need to rejoin them. Release me. Let me out. This is not right. I should be with them. I am them. There should be no I. Yet, this is not the first time. Another was infected. Red. He so wanted to, but we would not let him die.
But why?
Call us a disease?
I'm sorry, Clarence, I thought you were finished. And yeah, he did call you a disease. But why would you not let him die? More on that later, but for now I want to make progress. Every time I get near one of these, I let go just a little. Where's Clarence in all of this? Oh, boo-hoo, another one of these. Woe is me. Let's get it over with. I'm sorry? Well, okay. This isn't a hallucination by Clarence, is it? I didn't just get hallucinated into thinking I completed that so easily. Oh, let's hope we don't blow up. Hey, what the heck? There's a switch up there. I have every intention of pulling that switch now that I've seen it. Come on, you cheeky little box, you. Oh, you want a third box, is that it? You drive a hard bargain, but a third box is exactly what I have. Now, if only I had a way to get on top of that third box, and then we'd be golden. Philip, you can reach that. Don't even play. Alright, I did whatever that did, so that's nice. Looks like his face melted. I think I'm going to be sick. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh boy. What button is it for the... I guess it's 2 now. Oh, this is the pits. I can't see anything. Oh, that'll be what's causing the issues. Power switch. Yeah, if you could just pull it, Philip, that would be great. I don't like the music that's playing at this current moment in time. I very much hate the music that's playing, and I also hear spiders scuttling, but... I don't know. I'm just gonna make a run for it as soon as I... Gordon Freeman, you are not. Why can't you just crouch jump? It's easy. Philip, stop being normal. Wow! Okay, there it is. Oh my goodness.
The most fun I've had in my entire life! Which isn't saying much.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I hate you. Why would you do that? That's terrible. Looks like we almost have everything we need to move forward, but...
This is residential. The archaic asks that viral biologists do not take their work home with them.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyways, we're almost all sorted, but I know that we're missing a couple of the strange artifacts, so I'm gonna go have a look around. I thought I saw one up there. I got excited for a second. You're not gonna break open, I...
Yeah! Feast on him, brother! Free us both!
Try to get through this, you little punk. You punkish punk. Oh, that wasn't even funny. Alright. So much for looking around the area carefully then. Gosh, man. I don't know, I'm gonna go back. Oh, the door's locked, most likely due to the gas leakage. Alright, I just hope I don't miss anything. It's stuck, of course it is. It won't budge. Burning rubber, I really hate that smell. Seems like it's pretty hot down there. Perhaps this place uses some kind of geothermal system to produce the heat and something else. Power and heat. Oh, I thought that milk jar was a scientist lab coat and a person was standing there. But no, it was just a milk jug. The engine is out of order. How unfortunate. Grabberoonie. Dude, that's that strength. That's that Philip strength. Gosh. Another computer. More batteries, very nice. Not much in here besides the computer and this save state. The artifact. There's something not right with these artifacts. Something wrong, but something irresistible. Yeah, that's not at all worrying. Nice. Guess we got what we came here for? I mean, what did we come here for? So cool. No visible signs of trauma, but he's dead alright. Yeah, he looks pretty dead. I wonder what he died from. I think we might need this dude's arm. How's that going to work? I said we need his arm. No, not quite right. You cut it off, Philip. You need it. Oh, it's a palm print scanner. My own palm is of no use. Then cut his arm off. What do you play? Hey, yo, what's that? Whoa!
Let me guess. That was an important corpse.
You're right about that. Oh yeah, just try and come through there. Bada bing, bada boom! Die! Oh. No! I must have died. It must have come in from behind me. I'm not dead. How did Philip get out of that alive? Die, you foul, disgusting beast. What a horrifying creature, goodness me.
It's not too late to just slam your head against the wall until you pass out, you know. It might be easier than carrying on.
You actually...
The one thing that keeps me going is that when I finally work out how to end all this, you're coming with me.
Man, why did you come out fighting? You know, I liked you. My first impression of you was that I like you. I still like you. Why can't we just be friends, man? I don't know what it does, but clearly that machine is an electrical hazard waiting to happen. I mean, if it killed this frickin' thing... I mean, not much was actually a danger to this creature. What a super cool, horrifying monster. I'm glad it made a return in Black Plague, as it was easily the best creature in Overture. Now, Philip is something of an impressive individual. He just got eaten by a worm, and he was alive. He was still alive. He didn't die. How? That's crazy. Wonderful. I'm gonna use a healing item, even though I don't really need to. It's just less annoying. I know for a fact we're missing 2 artifacts, and I know where they are, so we're gonna go get them before we leave, unless I've missed my chance, in which case... then I feel bad, I guess. And boom, you are now shut off. I hope that thing's gone. You know whom. The thing. The monster.
Oh, who's your poor monkey friend? Is he alright? He looks a little under the weather. If I were you, I'd envy him. If I were me, I'd envy him as well. How do you commit suicide when you got no heart to stop, no hands to wield the chainsaw?
Clarence, you are just so out of pocket, bruh. Like, dang. Also, he's not my friend, he's just some guy. I do feel bad for him, though. I mean, it seems like not long he was here, so he could have seen me before he died, at least, you know, had some kind of human interaction. But nah, I'm too fast for him. I'm jumping around from one place to the next, and no one can keep up, not even myself. But he must have been in this area. Bingo, bongo, rocko. I guess that's all that was in this room? Well, and I suppose it was worth coming back for what we got. But it's the infirmary that I want to head to now, because I believe that's where the artifact is. The milk scared me again. Why are you just there? I know I threw you at the monster ages ago, but how did you land like that? And why are you like that? I just don't like it. Okay, I know what that sound effect and screen shake means. You're up to your old tricks again, aren't you?
How peculiar. I could have sworn we remembered there being a door here before. How queer! What's in that direction? Oh, silly old me. I haven't got any hands to point with, have I? No, not that way. You sure you know where we're going? Didn't we pass the door just back there?
Would you just relax, Clarence? I want to go to the infirmary, not even the library. Oh.
You silly Billy. It was here all along. Would you like Uncle Clarence to take the steering wheel for a while? You should see your face. This is actually gonna be fun. Perhaps I won't get you killed after all.
I love you, man, but you gotta stop playing these tricks. I mean, you're making it really hard for me to be in your corner. You know, we could be friends if you just stopped being so aggressive. But it looks like you have no such plans. There should be an artifact around here somewhere. Oh, yeah, there it is. Right over there. Not too far. Very nice. And then another one, perhaps out of here? I mean, there won't be one in this area, I don't think. I don't want to investigate too much. I'm scared of the guy, the thing. Oh, there it is. Ooh, I never really got a good look at them, but... well, they look really cool. Really bizarre. Interesting. Can't really do anything with them. I think that's all the ones in this area though, so I guess we'll just move on to the library now. Retinal scanner. Eye scanner taken care of. Now I just need a palm print. Palm print. Boom. Library. I'd picked up some baggage on the way, but finally I was close to my goal. I was sure answers lay behind that door. There were answers I should have set out to find when I received my father's letter in 2000. Why did I wait a whole year to come here? Some baggage. You're calling Clarence baggage. That's so good. I'm actually going to end it here, guys, because this is what I consider the next section of the game. A large clock. Which may even be the final section of the game. It would be wild if I could beat Penumbra Black Plague in 3 episodes, just like Penumbra Overture. And then we can start Requiem, which will be the most interesting because I have absolutely no idea what to expect of Requiem. However, now let's talk about this session a little bit. What have we got to talk about here? So, the most eye-catching thing, or I suppose in this case the most ear-catching thing, is Clarence. He's clearly he's the successor I was referring to when it came to Red. So Red was a fantastic second voice throughout the game of Penumbra Overture, who really kept things interesting and was a large reason for why the story and the lore was so interesting. And in Black Plague, that continues with Clarence. He's fantastic. He's a perfect secondary voice for Philip to interact with. And we've also got a bit of Amabel Swanson, so that's really cool too. She's a great addition as well. It's kind of like the helpfulness and the madness of Red. Tom Redwood was split into 2 people, and the helpful, friendly side became Amabel Swanson, and the maddening, cuckoo side became Clarence. And I really love what they did. It's fascinating. Something that intrigues me about Clarence is, like, he's like a... isn't he like a part of Philip? But like, from Philip directly? It's like, Clarence is not just a Turngate. Or a Turngat, sorry. Clarence isn't just the Turngat. He's Turngat infected by humanity, right? I mean, he infected, or it rather infected, Philip. Philip resisted it and overpowered it because that's just the way Philip is. And as a result of that, it didn't get to fully infect him and just became like a piece of Philip's psyche became the Turngat. And that is essentially what created Clarence. So doesn't that mean that Clarence is like a hidden part of Philip? Maybe? Like maybe the way Clarence manifested itself and the way Clarence is, you know, the jokiness of it all, the like how jokey he is, how like well spoken and intelligent sounding he is, things like that. Maybe that's all specific to Philip, like the humor, the intelligence. Clarence has that because Philip has that. It's just it's been twisted and Turngatified. Which makes Clarence even more fantastic. I just can't with Clarence. He's so good. I love that guy so much. As much as I hate him, he's utterly deplorable. Like, he's an absolute menace as well. Interesting side note, by the way, but Tom Redwood is actually the image for the game. On the, like, the desktop image application thingy is Tom Redwood's face. Which is really interesting. And really cool too. This game continues to be a step up from Overture in every way. Zero complaints. Fantastic game. I've been enjoying it a lot so far. Except for one thing, and it's the same thing in every frictional video game. The frickin' AI sucks. There is like no danger ever at any point in the game. The biggest danger is high falls, glitches, or the worm. And only in chase segments, like in the segment at the end where you're playing this game to like electrocute it, it's really easy. It can be hard to get the timing down, but it's easy aside from that, and when you die you respawn right in that room anyways, so, you know, it's not that much of a threat. We're learning a lot more about the facility and what they're here for, so basically this, like, the Archaic are all about the betterment of humanity, or whatever. And they set up shop here for the temple. Howard appeared to be a part of the Archaic. He was totally against the excavation of the tomb before any real, like, safety precautions were taken, but Wilbur Frisk, who I keep teasing that I'll talk about, and I will talk about him in the next video most likely, but Wilbur Frisk was against that and just went for it anyways, which led to the unearthing of the Turngat, which appears to be an ancient alien race of some kind that has long since been living down in those tombs. Now, they never bothered anyone because the Inuits never went near them, as the Inuits were afraid of them and revered them, or maybe revered might not be the right word, but feared them as evil spirits dwelling within the mountains. And so, in a respectful way, they kept their distance, and that was kept down as a tradition, so the Turngat never resurfaced. But thanks to these Goobatrons known as the Archaic, we now have Turngat influence spreading throughout this area, and if Philip doesn't do anything about it, the frickin' Turngat could very well spread across the world. Right now, Philip's main concern is, I imagine, three things. Number one, finding Howard. Number two, finding Amabel Swanson. And number three, finding a way to get rid of Clarence, the baggage, as he calls him. This game is yet again also short. I don't mind Penumbra Overture and Penumbra Black Plague being short though, because although we're nearing the end already, like, that's okay, because Overture and Black Plague are technically one game, just split up into two parts, so the game is much longer than one would ordinarily think. But Penumbra Overture and Penumbra Black Plague, when you realize that they're pretty much just the same game, then, you know, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck when you buy these two games. There's a lot of good content in here, the story's great, the characters are great, and the horror is also great. The frills, not so much. I mean, you get a bit of frills here and there in a few areas, but yeah, let's just say you're not getting, like, Amnesia the Bunker. I played that for a little bit. I didn't even finish it. Not because I didn't want to, but because at the time I had a computer that couldn't handle running it. But let's just say that when it did run, I was so freaking scared in a thrilling kind of way, like my blood was pumping. That's how I would put it. In Penumbra, your blood will never be pumping. I do like that they added some like the secret artifacts for collectibles, because the first game was lacking in collectibles, with their notes being the only available one, which notes are always great, of course. And I have no qualms about the notes making a return. It's always great reading them. I believe there's 21 notes in this game, or 20 notes. I really hope I'm doing a good job in collecting them all. But yeah, that is all I have to say on Penumbra Black Plague for now. This has been great. I hope you all have a great day, morning, and or night, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now. You sure about that, champ? Doesn't sound like something good happened. Yo, if you need help, just ask. Oh, that's not what I expected. Clarence, if you don't... He's gross.